Hello, my name is Joe Absolom and I play Al Large on Doc Martin, and we're filming Series 7 in Cornwall, and it's fairly good weather and we have about 6 weeks left. Well, it's another classic series for Al. Al has a new business on the go, and, which is a B&B that he runs with Ruth, played by Dame Eileen Atkins. And she is concerned about her investment because there's not many guests at my B&B. So the first few episodes are about Al setting up his business and trying to make it a big success, which is hard in these times of austerity. And then there's a problem with his dad, Bert, played by Ian McNeice, who basically gets some bad news and goes missing, goes AWOL. And Al kind of has concerns about his sanity, his dad's sanity. So he spends an episode trying to find him. And yes, quite good really. Al starts a B&B with character Ruth, and it's not particularly successful at the minute. And you see guests arrive. Brilliant couple of actors came in, and their names escape me. I call them Paul and Melanie, but I think they've got different names. No, that's their real names, but I don't know their characters' names or their second names. Anyway, they were cool. But the problem with I guess if you run a B&B is you have to then interact with these people, and they're quite picky. Everyone, they have quite a lot of problems with the service and the fishing itself. So we spent a day on a boat fishing while they complained. And it's not a good omen for the business, because I think Al hoped that fishing, being a popular sport, would entice everyone to come and fish at his lake, but so far not so good. Al's first guests are a quite highly strung couple who've come for a break from some recent medical problems, and so Al throws everything at it, but it's just not enough because the wife hates fishing and can't stay quiet while on the boat, and it ends in a broken nose and a taser injury. So it's another classic. In terms of love interest, Al has always had a firm eye on Morwenna, the secretary, because it's been well documented that Al likes the secretaries at the surgery, the past secretaries, and the new one, Morwenna, who's not new because she's been with us for 2 series. But she still fits the bill because she's very efficient. She can answer the phone, she can take appointments, and so that's what Al's looking for. An efficient lady who smells nice and is punctual, and Morwenna is all of these things. Since we last filmed Series 6, I have been extremely not very busy. But when I have been busy, I've worked very well on... I did an episode of Death in Paradise, which was brilliant fun, which we used to think this was the best job in the world, because you'd come out to Cornwall for a bit, and that was great. But then I got an episode of Death in Paradise, and they literally fly you to the Caribbean for 2 weeks, and you might only work 4 days, 5 days, 6 days, 7 days of that time, and the rest of the time is spent walking around the hotel listening to all the BBC employees complain about how hot it is, which they didn't get much sympathy because they're there for 5 months. But that was quite good fun. And I was in Midsummer Murders. I did an episode of that. And I can't remember anything else. I moved to Cornwall as well. We moved to Cornwall as a family, which has been a really good decision so far. Basically, when we film a series, we're in Cornwall for 4 months. And it's a really nice 4 months. The weather's good generally, and we sort of like living in a sort of smaller environment. And so we found that living in a city is different and has different problems. So we found that we're just going to give it a go and move here. And so after the last series, we really thought about it, and spent 6 months making it happen. And now we are here. We've been here for 15, 16 months. The only problem is, though, after filming, everyone goes back to the pub, basically, or because everyone's in the village, and I live outside the village, quite a way out, so I don't get to have the same kind of fun we had before. So I have to go home and make dinner and put the kids to sleep, which is normal, but not much fun. I have a very young family, an 8-year-old girl, who was born on this when we filmed the Christmas special in 2006. Then I have a 4-year-old boy, Cass, who was born, well, it doesn't matter when he was born in South London. And then the last little girl, Daisy, was born while we were filming series 6 of this. So we were in Cornwall, and I hired a birthing pool because we put it in the house ready for action, which was a bit terrifying. The prospect of having a baby in a medical emergency in a very small village like Port Isaac, with very quite isolated and far away from professional medical care. But we never went down that road, and we had the baby in Truro in hospital, which was fantastic. So she is a real Cornish Daisy, and this show has introduced us to this part of Cornwall, and we've kind of got to know it and all the people here for the last 10 years, and we've really found we love it, and we like the people as well. So our kids are sort of growing up here now, and my little girl goes to surf club and all these kind of clubs that you can't really do in London because there's not much surf. Luckily enough, sometimes they need young kids to play parts in it, or just be extras. And a couple of times I've got my 8-year-old in Lila. She's come in and she's come in and filmed with us, and she's very good at it. They tell me she's quite good at it. She doesn't look down the camera, and she's very relaxed, and she's really enjoyed the time she's done it. And the next day she was like, "When's Caroline in next? And what are you filming today?" And she's really thinking about doing it as a job. But it's a bit scary for me because I'd like her to be a vet or a dentist or something with a proper health pension plan. Well, when we finish, I will hang up Al Large's shoes and trousers, his top, and I will hope to don them again, but you never know in this environment world. And and I will stay in Cornwall and hope the phone rings. And in the meantime, I'll paint the kitchen.